I'm trying again. It says it's starting. I don't know if anybody's there, but it says live as well. Now, with this screen, all I can see is comments, so I don't know who's there. So you'd have to type something if to let me know you're there. And it'd be nice to have a little chat on a Friday night when there's not much happening. As I said earlier, I've got my John Smiths from the Tadcaster Brewery. Extra smooth, my favourite. So cheers everybody. I hope you're ready for the weekend. And if you want to have a chat, we can have a chat. Just let me know. I'm just going to get sorted out and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right folks, I'm back. Can somebody let me know if you can see me and hear me? It's a bit difficult because I'm not used to this live feed stuff, so it'd be nice if somebody let me know. Let's have a look, see if there's out in there. So what do I do about this now? Anybody got any ideas? What do I do? Whoops, I've gone to that, you see now. Anyway, as I said, it's Friday night. I'm going to have a couple of beers. Chill out. Hey up, there we go. There's a few on. Hello, we got Anthea, Jenny. Hiya Jenny darling. Nick, you alright there? And you've all joined me, which is nice. We can have a chat. Anybody wants to chat about talk tonight? Because it's a bit boring on telly. There's no telly. I'm not a big telly fan anyway. But in these COVID times, it can get a bit boring, can't it? So I thought I'd just see what everybody's doing tonight. If is anybody having a drink like me, or are you on the coffee and the cream buns? I'm on the John Smith's tonight. Traditional British ale, extra smooth. What are you doing, Jenny? Can you hear me, Jen? TV is, yeah, Anthea, it is. TV is boring. Hey Karen, it is boring. There's not, and all these bloody soaps. I've tried watching them. I get about 5 minutes in and can't believe it. So I don't do much at soaps. I like a good documentary now and again, or a good film. But yeah, it is boring. It's all about COVID, isn't it? It's all about what we're doing. We're all got to keep safe. We're trying to keep safe, but thing is, we're all fed up of it. We're all fed up of it. So I want your views. Anybody got any views on how things are going? And what do they think of this 3-tier business? I mean, they did say it'd end in tears, and it hasn't it? I went out last week. I'd looked round, and I saw people. We all kept us distance. Steve Thornton, hello. James Christopher. Shower jelly's better than soap. Now that's a subject, isn't it? And Steve is on rum and coke and listening to radio. I like that, Stevie lad. Oh, sorry, Stevie, whoever Stevie. It could be a lady or a man, couldn't it? Now then, shower gel's better than soap. It all depends on that, James, because it depends what area you were brought up in. Because when I was a bairn, they didn't have shower gel. It was all soap. And if I did out wrong at home, my mum used to get the carbolic out. Anybody remember carbolic soap? It was green. She'd wash my mouth out with it if I said out wrong. Oh, Stevie darling, sorry, but I thought I didn't know if it were a gentleman or a lady. You're welcome anyway. Thank you, Anthea, for letting us know. Yeah, so have we all got a drink? I put some music on, but I don't think Facebook will let us play it. James, haven't you moved? Have you moved recently? I'm sure you've moved recently. Unless it's another James I'm thinking of. Well, as I was saying, I went out this week and I've been having a bit of a tour around. I like to get round Cleckheaton and see what's happening. Yes, Stevie, I've apologised, darling. He's just making tea, is James. That's the Yorkshire lad, isn't he? Just making tea. Ripponden, he's still a Yorkshireman, then that's good. Because you need a passport to get out of Yorkshire, you know that, James. Well, you need one to get back in, but that's okay. He's still in Yorkshire. Anyway, as I was saying, I went out this week, had a tour around. I've been looking to see what's happening. I went down to the George. Have everybody seen George recently? Bloody hell, they've put a lot of money into George. The outside extension is absolutely tremendous. Awesome. It's a proper outside dining area. And they've spent a fortune on it, and that'll be well worth visiting. And at the moment, the new manager, Andy, he tells me that they're about to put some heating in there because the cold weather's coming. But it's a beautiful extension, is that? And it's looking good on Market Street, to be honest. Marshall's Cafe, which recently opened. Recently opened down the, I still call it Rubber Tunnel. The Victoria Arcade, Victoria Court Arcade, it recently opened about a month ago now, I think. They have gained an outside seating area just at the bottom of the tunnel, which is great, alongside the Fultons and Box 11. And it makes it look really nice on there. Tier 3, they've got seating outside, and it's looking good. You know, post office needs levelling. It is a bit of an eyesore, James, isn't it? It's where it is, you know. How long they're going to last? How long's post office is going to last? You've to ask yourself this, haven't you? I mean, yeah, Rubber Tunnel. I think Rubber Tunnel will stay with most people, Anthea. But as James said, the post office is it's a bit depressing, isn't it? But in these modern days, it's not what it used to be. I mean, everybody relies on the post office now. We don't, do we? We don't rely on it at all. I have to remember to keep looking at this camera, but because that's who I'm talking to, you folks. Where else have I been? Oh, I went to Commercial. Now, Commercial, they've taken over these people. A lovely girl called Ollie runs it, and they're putting a bit of they're putting work into it. I mean, it's totally different to how it's been in past. Love it or don't, they're doing food. They've opened up an outside area with 10 of these benches. Looks lovely outside, and they've got deals on. But it's one of those pubs you either don't like or don't. Yeah, it would have looked nicer. I think it looks like a 60s building to me, does the post office, James. But yeah. And the next one is the old house at home is recently reopened, which is good news because that was closed for a short while. It's at the start of the COVID, and it's recently opened. An M&S in Cleckheaton, see what they could do, Bob. Hey, Marks and Spencer's in Cleckheaton. Bloody hell, we would be going up market then, wouldn't we? To be honest, I can remember when there were a Curry's, you know, Curry's Electrical. They used to be Curry's Electrical down Bit Yorkshire Bank, years and years ago. But I don't think Marks and Spencer's will be interested in Cleckheaton. But I do presume you mean that. Anyone watching the Challenge Cup, David asks, tomorrow? Let's hope Rhinos gets back tomorrow. All us that are we. Yeah, and the old house recently opened with new management, and they've kept that traditional in there. They haven't changed much, so a lot of the old regulars have moved back in there, and so it's another business that's up and running. The Station Tavern, they are putting on all the sports events. They're doing it via booking tables. So if you want to book a table up there, you message Kim, and she will reserve a table for you on the sports days. Which and they're looking at doing a quiz night on Halloween. Maybe something different, because of the complications with COVID. They're trying to still keep something alive. Down at the Rose and Crown, the food is tremendous, has always been tremendous, and will always be tremendous, because the right people know what people want. Traditional food. You see, in Cleckheaton we've got, I think, two of the main dining establishments, if you like, in the centre for food are the George and Rose and Crown. Now, you want traditional food, you go to the Rose and Crown. They do pie and mash and everything, steaks and all the business. Now, if you want to go out and have a really nice night and have a bottle of wine and something special, it's the George. So you know that you've got a bit something for everything. Alongside, obviously, places like Witherspoons, and as I said, commercial, we're doing meal deals, etc. So there's quite a lot of choice in Cleckheaton. And then there's Wickham. They've got a dining room. I don't know when it opens, but I understand they do food. That's just to mention but a few. There's a lot more, you can go to. But that's just in the town centre. What else? Who's people around here can't even afford Fultons, let alone M&S. That's from David Vincent Smith. James is having a good old chat tonight. Used to love Station about 10 years ago, every Sunday. Yeah, I remember it, James, lad. How are they? Sid? Yeah, do you mean... I think I know which Sid you mean. Yeah, is it Ron you're talking about when you say Sid? You'll know what I mean, if it is. Anyway, what else is happening in Cleckheaton? Anybody know anything, anyway? Anybody know what's happening? Just have a quick drink. Oh dear, it's grand, innit? It's, right, now then, let's think what else is happening. I had a tour, I did a video, I don't know if everybody's seen it. I cannot say that. Natasha Brown. Hi, she said. Hi, Natasha. Yeah, James. We've got the same Sid. What was I saying? Now I forget what I was saying. Somebody remind me. I've forgotten what I was saying. You've confused me. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. I was doing a video. I did a video. I had a wander around Cleckheaton the other day, and I did a little video, and I put it on YouTube because I did it. I tried to go live, Anthea, and I put it, and it wouldn't. It crashed. I don't know what was happening, so I saved it to my phone, and I put it on YouTube. And I thought we need some a little bit of a reminder, don't we? Because things change so fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video for places I haven't seen, and I'll put link again to YouTube. But I will try and go live because I know there's a few people in Cleckheaton contacted me and they want me to have a chat with them. So we'll go and maybe do a few interviews and let you know just what people are doing and what they've got to offer, and we can. You better go down and see it if you watch the video. I'll definitely do it next week or so. I'm also looking at doing a small documentary, a short documentary about Roger Hargreaves. Anybody know Roger Hargreaves? I'm not saying no more until somebody says yes. Roger Hargreaves. Anybody know? Give us a clue. What he's famous for? No, I'm going to have to tell you, Anna. Right. Roger Hargreaves is famous for the Mr. Men. He sold 80 million books in 80 different countries. Correct, aren't you? Diane, they've got it. And thank you, Carol. I do believe there's not a lot to commemorate what he achieved, which is an amazing achievement of 80 million books sold in 80 different countries, different languages. So I went down Cleckheaton and I just asked a few people in Cleckheaton if they knew Roger Hargreaves won Mr. Men. Some did, some didn't, and they all agreed that we should really have something there, a plaque or a bench or a statue, something to remember Roger Hargreaves by, because he's the guy who created Mr. Men, and this is a very famous illustrator and author. So we should. So I'm going to do a short documentary and ask people what they think, and I'll do a little bit of research and I'll put it on, and you can all comment and say what you think about it. Now YouTube limit the Facebook limit their video downloads to a maximum size, which isn't big, so it's difficult to put anything longer than 5 minutes on. So I might have to do a link for it to a YouTube channel, which you can all join if you want. Subscribe if you like. It'd be great if we could start a YouTube channel where we can all share things. But so that's why I try and go live. But with the documentary, it might be a little bit different. Statue would be great. I thought a statue in Savoy Square, but it's all down to the people, what the people want. And if enough of us say, enough of us get up and do something, we can make it happen. So I'm going to do a little bit of research, see what people think. But I can't thank you all enough on the group, because I think we've got a good group there. It's your group, not mine. I don't like swearing, inappropriate language, so I don't want to. I don't want to upset anybody, but what happens is if there is any bad language, it's automatically deleted. So if a comment disappears and you've got a bit passionate and about the subject or inappropriate, it will disappear, because I don't think we need that on here. Did you know about the Roman coin hoard found under Wycliffe Mount? No, I didn't. Tell us about that, James. And patients of the influenza drive-through at the checkout group practice. Yeah, I'd listen. If there's anybody out there wants to contribute, and I'll do a little interview with them. Anybody here wants to come along, and we can have a chat, and any knowledge about Cleckheaton, past and present, I will sit down, because I'm sure the group would be interested in hearing about it if it put together right, so that we can all appreciate it. So I'll definitely do that. Any businesses out there want a little bit of a push, a bit of a promo, I'm happy to come and sit and join you, and we can do a small video there, and we can have a chat, and you can tell us just exactly what you've got to offer. So that's my future thoughts, because I think we need to keep the group live and keep it alive, and you have to change things and move with the times, haven't you, and add things, keep things that we like. So any ideas are great. when they were building Wycliffe 100 years ago, they found Roman coins. Now that's when I look into, James. But I wonder what happened to them Roman coins. I bet they went to British Museum or somewhere, didn't they? I bet they weren't kept by whoever found them. They tend to keep stuff like that, don't they? Which is, he'll be preserved somewhere. They'll be preserved somewhere, and so they should. Thousands of years ago, Roman coins. Anyway, so yeah, what else have we done this week? Well, we can't do much, can we? Not with this COVID. I just had a walk around Cleckheaton, had a chat before, like I said. A lot of the businesses are opening, but the times are limited. You know, and in the last 12 months, 2 years, we've had quite a lot of different businesses moving about. Collectibles, they started off on Northcote, moved further on to Northcote. Surf Shack's doing really well. The healthy food, Superfood Bowl, lovely people. The girls in there work really hard, and it's, you know, there's plenty of places you can go. York to Manchester Roman Road ran through Cleck. Yes, I did know that, James. I did know that it was a major road, and I did know that that the Manchester Roman Road ran through Cleck, and the Rose and Crown had stables there, and it would a stopover. A shout out to Barry Jackson. Kyle, who's Barry Jackson? If you're listening, Barry, I'll give you a thumbs up, mate. Yeah, the Rose and Crown had. They still have the building at the back of the stables where the horses could go and stay overnight. Right, I'm trying to think of the name of pub on Kenmore. Yeah, so it's a very old pub, is Rose and Crown. The malt shovel's a malt shovel, not a lot changes in there. Very traditional. I called into the Broomfield and they're keeping busy. They have a quiz night. It's not just the pubs. I call in everywhere. I just like to have a chat and see how they're doing. So yeah, I think we should start having a chat more, shouldn't we? There's plenty of typing. Any plans for the shop where Crystal hairdressers shop? What? Crystal's, oh, it wasn't that sad. It wasn't that sad that they couldn't keep trading. There's not as present, there isn't, no. It's a cracking shop unit. Let's hope they can find something. Yeah, I know what you mean, James, which pub, but I can't think myself at the moment. Are you missing Cleckheaton anyway, James? I'll just have another bevy. I'll be back in 2 seconds. That's a Yorkshire word, isn't it, bevy? None of this Lancashire, I'll have a brew. It's a pot of tea or a bevy. Right. I'm back again. Just whacked at us. I'll have a drop of happy juice. I used to work with a lad, and he used to say, a scoiler, he was from schools, and he used to say when we finished working, we used to go to the pub, he used to say, first one's not enough to knock dust off clacker. That were a tradition. That were Yorkshire, wasn't it? He used to say, I've got a tongue like Gandhi's sandal. You don't hear many sayings like that now, do you? Bloody hell, you're missing Cleckheaton, you come back every day, James. That's a fair old hike, isn't it? Have we got anybody? I can't see who's in the group, but I can see comments. Have we got any more in? like I say, I play some music, but Facebook won't let you, will they? So I'm not going to stay too long. But I'm trying to think what else is happening. Oh, we had the roadworks on you know, we had the roadworks on Westgate, and they closed one lane, one side off, put 3 sets of lights up, 3-way lights, and all they did was a probably 2 foot wide width of paving on pavement, not on road, and they went through all that and did that. And then they were up and off, and I went past today and they were back on. They were doing manhole cover in the middle of the road. So why they didn't do it at the same time, I don't know. But I suppose this is highways for you. I don't know if it's Kirklees or highways. Hey up, Sue. That's my neighbour. You don't need to type, Sue. I'll be hear you. It must be nice in Ripon, James. Now then, if anybody wants to say out, we've got Robert in. Now, Robert's a good friend of mine, and he's the manager at Fultons, Jack Fultons, at the bottom of the... I have to say, I can't. It's not Rubber Tunnel, it's Victoria Court Arcade. And great shop, great people in there. The staff are absolutely excellent. Now, anybody's got any grumbles or they want any bargains, he's in the room, is Robert, the manager. I usually see him in the pub singing, doing a bit of karaoke like myself. Yeah, it is a mess of the roads. I mean, the worst one I've seen is up Serpentine as you come out of Cleckheaton, as you come out of Tesco's. That is absolutely ridiculous. And when they built the new nursing home, the nursing home resurfaced one side of the road and put a pavement up one side of the road. The other side is like chalk and cheese. Who the heck approved that? Surely they should have done the full road. You don't stop one side. It's terrible up there. And I understand that on Prospect Street, is it? I understand it's bad that on there. Oh, he's not having it, Robert. Go on, somebody have a moan at Robert. That's what he's there for, manager. No, there's very little bad things you can say about Fultons. They've been great. They're a great Toffs Road, that's right, with the bad roads. They're great at Fultons. Friendly staff. They're old school. If you remember years ago, it used to be Co-op that did Fultons. Anybody remember that when it was Co-op? But they're old school. They're very friendly. I mean, you go in there and they treat you like friends. They remember you, treat you like friends. Great shop is that. And we always have a good laugh when we go in, especially if Emma's there, because she's nuts. And Jenny, I don't know how he keeps them under control. Yes. So yeah, I suppose, what can you do? If we need anything in Cleckheaton, it's got to be done jointly. We have to lead the way. We have to let them know what we want. You know, it's not all down to the local councillors to deal with. We have to let them know what we want. And unless, as things are, with councils like Kirklees, like Leeds, like Bradford, unless there's a shout out, individual voices don't get heard. So, it's something you have to do jointly. It's like I said, it'd be nice to have a tribute for Roger Hargreaves in Cleckheaton. So, if anybody's interested in that, let me know. Anybody's got any stories? Now, there's two things. There's two things I've been told. One person said he came from Bath Place, where swimming baths used to be. But a couple of others have said he were a night town lad. Now, I'm not sure. If anybody knows for sure, let me know. Hi, Den. Oh, Den's an old friend of mine from Turkey. We used to do a bit of a sing along. Good to hear from you, Den. Broodleen, Warwickshire. Yeah, we're well, thanks, Den, mate. It's good to hear from you. I hope you and Sue are keeping well. It's not easy, Bob. You've got the easiest. Robert's telling me now, manager at Fultons, he's telling me it's not easy. He's got them lasses carry him. I'm telling you now, they carry him. He knows I'm joking. Yeah. So the main thing we need to do is keep. I mean, at the moment, I think Cleckheaton's doing well. We're doing okay. We've got very few empty shops. We look around at Ekman, White, Batley, Birstall, Dewsbury, all local places, Bradford. They've all these empty shops, and they're being filled by charity shops and etc. And shops that don't last a long time. Hi, Danny. But I think we're prospering. Compared to them places, we're prospering. Now, has anybody been to New Imperil? The gym bar, which opened last Saturday. I've heard good reports of it, good reviews. And I've yet to call in and see what it's happening there. That's the way, Robert. Robert there. I'm going to call him Robert Fulton, so you all know who I'm talking about. But he ain't really Robert Fulton. He's giving us shout out for his staff there. They're a great team, and yeah. Anyway, enough promo there for you, Robert lad. There is alternative shops in Cleckheaton. Tesco being one, which has been there a long time. Anybody remember Hillard's? Excuse me. Hillard's were there before Tesco's. Before Tesco's moved in, and Tesco's moved in, and about possibly 10 years ago they changed the shop round in Tesco's. They moved it all the opposite way. And Tesco's get involved in the community. They're quite prominent there. That they do things. Melanie Cropper, she's great with the community side of things at Tesco's. She does a heck of a lot. I respect to Melanie. So yeah. I don't know what else we can talk. Anybody want to pick a subject? Anybody want to say anything? We're having a good old chat here. It's hard to keep up with these comments because they're just flying around. But it's a Friday night. We're having a beer. A John Smith's. Hey up. Diane's still got a carrier bag from her lads. Bloody hell. That's saying something to you. Yeah, well, Tesco's, it could do with rendering outside another depressing looking building. See, Tesco's is another building that I think were built in 60s, and there were no character in building in 60s, were there? They were all square breeze block buildings, and they stand out a bit like the post office. And there's not a lot you can do with them, other than render over them, like you say, and maybe put some kind of design on the side. And Tesco's, yeah, they could do with doing something. But it is a big part of Cleckheaton, but the shops are so important. I mean, we've got some shops in Cleckheaton that we all need to keep using that have been there for years and have seen us through thick and thin, let alone us see them through. Places like Metcalfe's, Butchers and things like that. Paperland. How long's Paperland been there? Anybody remember going upstairs? You could go upstairs there, couldn't you, in Paperland? And they used to sell pictures by a local artist. I'm trying to think of the name of him. some watercolours and hand drawings and that. They were great. Cheapside, that was a shop we lost that everybody used to use. Come around Christmas, you couldn't get in there for love nor money. It was absolutely packed. And that he must have done 40 years. And the guy who had it, you know, when he left, when it closed down, Cheapside, he was absolutely devastated. I went down to see him, and he was in tears the day they shut them doors. You know, he started there as, I think he said, an 18-year-old man. He'd done 40 years. And it's a lot. It's all your life into it, isn't it? Yeah, model planes, yeah, upstairs at Paperlands. Yeah, and it's sad. But, hey, we've got Milestones. Great shop. That's another new shop that we've got to, you know, respect and use and make sure that we support. You know, Body and Soul, another shop we lost. Domino's pizzas are there, but this is progress. This is moving on. I suppose you've got to stop being nostalgic and move on. But I just want to keep a record and record things that get forgotten. You know, this group. There's some people put in this group, and you think, bloody hell, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that, and it's things that that disappear. Anybody? I tell you what, one. See if anybody knows where the original post office used to be. Anybody know that one? Nah, then that's going back some years before post office were where it is. Another one thing we lost and all that we should never have lost. I thought Savoy Cinema, Bargain Basement. That were another one. Savoy Cinema on Savoy Square. That used to be that was a great, beautiful building, and they took it down, didn't they? Well, obviously there were not a lot they could do with it. Price right. Hi, Caroline. Yeah, it ended up as a bingo hall, and then they took it down. At least they've kept a garden, which is nice. But it's another thing we should, you know, there should be some sign. I mean, I've seen there's the boards behind on Savoy Square, but they're really mentioning businesses, you know, past and present. And what about Spenfairdale? I love Spenfairdale. Chris, he's great, is Chris. He's the Cleckheaton Arkwright. Only he's not, he ain't tight like Arkwright. But forget your B&Q, forget your Wicks. If you want a curtain hook and you just need one, he's your man. Anything, unbelievable what he stocks in that shop. And you've got a B&Q tomorrow, you'd have to buy a pack of 10. He'll sell you one for 15 pence. Hey, that is great, and that's the kind of shop we need to keep. That's why he's one of the reasons that people didn't have to leave Cleckheaton years and years ago to do the shopping. They did it all in Cleckheaton because you could get everything. I'm just having a quick read. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think we're doing too bad. We're not doing too bad. You know, we've got home bargains. Yes, it did. The old post office used to be down Spenfairdale. That's where it was, down there. But no, I don't think Chris sells stamps. Yeah. And then there was the Northgate. Anybody remember the Northgate? What a pub that was. That had character. That was full of characters, wasn't it? They took that down. Now, whether it were a good thing or a bad thing, there'd no need to take it down. It could have been refurbed, or it could have been, you know, somebody could have taken it on, because even now it's still a pile of earth, is that. It's at the back of Home Bargains. And Home Bargains are good for the consumer, is Home Bargains, because it gives a little bit of competition, and that's always good for the consumer. So, you know, we've got a little bit of competition with Tesco's, Fultons, Home Bargains, and we're going to be getting an Aldi's, and I think we're on the list for a Lidl's. Now I don't know where. I think is it Aldi. It's one or the other. One of them's got planning permission down by the baths. Well, before the baths, on Bradford Road, that side of Cleckheaton anyway. And they're going to build a supermarket there, and also the other one. I think it's Lidl's that got it. I'm forgetting now. Down there, and Aldi's have put it on their list of places they want to build, and that's Cleckheaton. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what it's all competition. Love it or hate it, we've to all accept it, haven't we? We have. It's like the old bus station. We all remember the old bus station just being 2 lanes, and it was straightforward, you know. But times move on, buses move on. There's more buses, there's more people, so it had to be changed. And that's a nice little cafe, Eve's Cafe, at the back of the bus station. It's popular and all. It's nice because it's in Memorial Park. You can sit outside there, a little bit out of the way, but it's a lovely little place. It's Eve's Cafe. It's somewhere worth calling and seeing. But yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to stay much longer because you'll be fed up of hearing me talk. I just thought I'm a bit bored. I'm going to go see what everybody's doing in group if anybody wants to have a chat. And it's been lovely chatting to you all. And we'll do it again sometime. Anybody wants to come on, just let me know. We can do a live feed and you can join us. I'll split screen. Anybody wants to Eaton Avenue School's another one that's not there now. It's houses. It's what you call progression, isn't it? That we all get nostalgic. Bottom of High-Town Road. Anybody remember the name of that place? That's gone in now. It's a cul-de-sac of houses. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah. And anybody wants to get involved with finding the Mr. Men in Cleckheaton, just message me. Let me know. Anybody who's got any stories to tell, wants interviewing, wants the business promoting, get in touch with me and I'll come along and we can have a chat and we'll work something out. We need to support Cleckheaton. It's a wonderful place. It's our place. We can knock it if we want because it's our place. But we can love it as well. And that's what we need to do. Anyway, it's been lovely chatting to you. I'm going to go now. I'll say cheers. Cheers, folks. Have a good weekend. Love you all. Stay safe. God bless. And Godspeed. See you now.